All right, we got Andy back. RJ could not make it for the World Series preview. I'm not actually sure which team he would have taken. I guess I should ask him, but
I
we
feel like he's
got
a Rangers guy for sure.
probably a Rangers guy. I'd assume
Yeah.
he was still shocked by how far, him picking the Blue Jays to win the AL. I think he's still shocked by the fact the Rangers are even in the building. But
Yeah.
really, the shocker team we should talk about is the Diamondbacks.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
And so, Andy, you want to give me the? I mean, we just opened up and are already jumping into that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the Diamondbacks.
I mean, they've just had big players show up in big ways. I mean, Corbin Carroll's been absolutely amazing. I mean, his OPS is almost about 800 in the postseason. He's been amazing. Last game, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, absolutely clutch. Was the difference actually in that game with the game being a 2-run differential. But yeah, I mean, other guys have shown up too. I mean, Lourdes Gurriel showing up in big ways. Tommy Pham showing up in big ways. I mean, Ketel Marte even. I mean, he was the MVP of that series. He was awful in that series, and yeah, batting 358 in the postseason so far. I mean, they've just been amazing. They've just been hot, and they've just played solid defense, and they've shown out, especially their pitchers too.
I think Zach Gallen's really been the star pitcher.
Oh,
Feels like.
100%. I mean, I don't.
But you don't want to discredit everybody else.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, what's the dude's name? Fad or whatever that went out yesterday.
Yeah.
Four innings, 2 earned runs. I mean, that's all you needed to do. I mean, that's all you expected out that man, and he delivered in a big way. So yeah, and then their bullpen's been holding it down. I mean, Paul Sewald has just been amazing as a closer. He was an amazing acquisition for the Mariners, and he's just shown out. I mean, the whole team has the entire postseason. So yeah,
Yeah, and I think what's interesting about the D-backs, we didn't even record a pennant predictions because A, we were on fall break, and B, I think we all kind of felt like we were just going to talk about the Phillies winning, and I think the Rangers-Astros have been more of a conversation. I think RJ probably would have pushed more Astros. You and I probably would have pushed a little more Rangers.
yeah, for sure.
But I think everybody kind of wrote them off, including Mad Dog, who said he was going to retire if they won Game 7. So
I can't wait.
We'll have to see what the update is on that.
I heard he was gonna go behind the camera for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be crazy.
So I saw.
But Diamondbacks, you're fine. Diamondbacks really seem to be the shock team. I mean, I had them losing in the wild card. I don't think too many people had them going farther than maybe the divisional series.
No.
And now they have a chance. If they win 4 games, they're going to be World Series champions.
First time since 2001 they've been in the World Series. I mean, in Texas, if they win, this is their first ever pennant. So it'll be interesting to see. It's a nice little smaller market.
You need first ever World Series.
Yeah, first ever World Series. Yeah. Sorry, I meant the pennant, not the AL pennant or AL pennant. But yeah, I mean, this is a small market series in terms of compared to the Dodgers, the Astros, the Phillies, the Braves, all those teams. It'll just be fun to see. It'll be fun to watch. I understand it might be hard to market from other people who haven't been tuned into baseball, but for us baseball fans, this is an amazing series, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when, honestly, a little bit what the NBA ran into this year when it was Nuggets Heat. And it's like, for a lot of people that don't watch the NBA, Jokic isn't exactly the guy that's on in commercials and stuff.
No,
I mean,
definitely not.
We're still waiting for the best player in the league to have his own shoe. Mm-hmm. So, I think it's a very similar thing. There's no Bryce Harper, there's no Dodgers, there's no Astros, there's no Yankees, those Red Sox, those big brand teams. None of those. And it feels like every year in the last couple World Series, it's been one powerhouse and one surprise team.
Yeah.
And last year Astros powerhouse, Phillies the surprise. Year before that, I would say Astros, Braves was one of the few ones that I don't think either one of them really was a surprise.
I'd say the Braves were a surprise because they didn't have Acuna at the time.
That's true. That's true. They weren't really picked that much.
Definitely
not. Revisionist history. I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
And then 2020, obviously the Rays.
Rays.
And then 2019, the Nationals. The last time we had 2 powerhouses was 2018 Red Sox Dodgers.
Yeah.
And obviously this series definitely doesn't have I would say a powerhouse. I think the Rangers are the powerhouse team. I think they're an underrated powerhouse team.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people kind of didn't think. I had them going to the pennant. I didn't have them winning. I had the Orioles. I had the East Coast matchup. Yeah. I had Braves Orioles. Mm-hmm. And then now we're getting a kind of center of the U.S., more west, southwest matchup of Diamondbacks Rangers. So completely flip the geography on them.
Absolutely zero rain delays will be in this World Series.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I want to know, what is the last World Series that both teams were west of Kansas?
Let's see.
Would it be Kansas City? It would be Kansas City versus
No, but Kansas City played the Mets.
Played the Mets. And who did the Giants play in?
You could say Astros Dodgers.
Yeah, I guess it would be Astros Dodgers.
Yeah.
The last time it was more 2 West teams.
Yeah. But before that, I can't think off the top of my head personally.
Well, you start talking, and I'm gonna look some things up.
I mean, it could be the Giants. Who did the Giants play?
That's what I'm thinking is
2013.
Yeah, let's just look. List of World Series champions.
Let's go for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for us.
There you
So
go.
the Giants in 2014 played the Royals.
Okay. I mean, that counts.
So I would say, yeah, that would count. Giants, and then Red Sox. The Giants played the Tigers before that.
Oh, Giants Rangers 2010. That's pretty.
That would be it right
Yep.
there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giants Rangers.
2010.
And that last time Rangers were in the World Series was 2011, where they played the Cardinals.
Yep.
And let's look. Can you name me a player on this team?
I don't know if Beltro is on that team yet. Maybe. Oh, what's his name? Why am I thinking of it? Power hitter. He played for the Indians for a little while. 2016, 2017.
I don't know, man.
I forget his name. Why am I blanking on this?
Mike Napoli was on this team.
Napoli, that's what I was thinking of.
Yep, Mike Napoli. He was
Okay.
on this team.
Yeah?
I don't have a roster. I just wish it. There it is.
There we go.
So we got Mike Napoli.
Beltre was on that team.
Beltre.
Elvis Andrews.
There's some guys I know here.
Kinsler.
Yep.
Michael Young, yeah.
Mitch Moreland. I know him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at this. Ron Washington, the manager. I don't know that name.
You don't? Isn't he the third base coach?
For who? Right now?
Atlanta.
As coach, you're right.
Yeah.
For the Braves. I never knew this guy's name, honestly. I just didn't realize.
Never knew his name. I never knew he was such a big time manager. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I just don't know ball like
So
that.
the only team he's ever managed was he managed the Rangers for 7 years.
And he won. I guess he went to the World Series a couple of times.
He went to the World Series twice.
Yeah.
Then he becomes a coach for the Braves.
Yep.
So he was a coach for the Oakland A's in the Moneyball era.
Okay.
So good for him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in the movie and I don't realize it.
I don't think he was. I don't remember off the top of my head, but maybe he was.
I don't know.
Just for a little
I need
scene.
to reread the book. So I need to.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Ben 2012 last Rangers appearance, and then Diamondbacks last appearance was 2001. So
Yep.
Whoever wins, it's going to be over 10 years since the last time they won it, which is fun.
Yeah.
Obviously not as interesting as when the Red Sox or the Cubs win it, and it's like a century-long drought.
Or when the Guardians
or
win it next.
or when the Guardians win it.
I mean, Rangers have never won the title in their franchise history, so I am kind of rooting for them. But I also like the fact I also love the Diamondbacks as a team, and it'll be cool either way for me.
See, to me, I'm much more interested in a Rangers World Series. So let's shift the conversation over the Rangers.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's time to talk about the Rangers because I think I said back when we did our divisional talk that I thought this was the best 1-9 in baseball, and I stand by that.
I will agree with that, actually. Yeah. I mean, nobody in the starting lineup hit below, like, the worst guy was Nathaniel Lowe. He hit 224, still had a slugging percentage of 429, which is huge. I mean, they're 3-4-5. Oh wait, never mind. I lied. Marcus Semien batted 192. I kind of
He'll bounce back. It's Marcus Semien. He'll bounce back.
He will bounce back. But their 2-3-4 is insane. I mean, Corey Seager batted 333, slugging percentage of 644. Evan Carter 308, batting 308, slugging 538. Adolis Garcia, man.
That was the guy.
Let's talk about this, man. He's been on a tear lately. I mean, multi-homer game in Game 7 to absolutely pummel the Astros. I mean, 4 home runs in his last 4 games. He is a hot swinger, ladies and gentlemen. He went 4 for 5, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and he's batting 327 in the postseason, slugging 750. I mean, those are unreal numbers, and that's what you want out of a guy like Adolis Garcia. I mean, we talked about Corey Seager a lot in the divisional preview because he's been on a tear too. I mean, regular season he was batting mid 300s.
But Garcia's kind of been Mr. October for this team.
Oh, 100%. Yes, he has. He's been amazing.
He's been the story of the playoff run.
Yep, for sure.
Now, they think the story of this series against the Diamondbacks is going to be, can the Diamondbacks pitching take care of the Rangers. I think that's really what's going to win this series is 100%. The D-backs pitching. I think the Rangers pitching will do
it'll do well enough.
It'll do well enough. I think it's can you slow down that Rangers offense? Because the Diamondbacks aren't putting 11 runs up on anybody.
No, definitely.
Like the Rangers just did against the Stros.
Yeah.
Just crazy. I mean, in a playoff Game 7 to put up 11 runs.
Yeah, no. Personally, I think it'll just be close. I mean, I think it's gonna go to 7 games. Personally, it's cool.
All right, we getting into the predictions? Is it time? Well, here's the thing. So the Rangers are still listening to Creed, which means, for those of you who don't realize, a Christian rock band. So they have the power of God on their side. So it's gonna be really dangerous to bet against that.
That's very true.
I'm going to take Rangers in 7, which I know you told me earlier what you were thinking. And yeah. As soon as you said Rangers in 7 to me, I was like, that's probably true.
I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be a back and forth battle between who has the better pitching. I mean, who has the better offense compared to the pitching. And I just think the Rangers are just going to edge them barely. I mean, they did against the Astros. The Astros weren't exactly, a tame team either. I mean, Yordan Alvarez, man, batting .465 in a posting, slugging percentage of .977. That is an insane number.
That's a pretty good OPS for most guys.
That's an amazing OPS. For that to be a slugging percentage,
it's crazy.
That's insane. And their pitchers pitched to them really, as well as they could, I guess.
It's just, they're going to lose the Max Scherzer game.
Yeah.
They're going to lose when Zach Gallen pitches for the D-backs. Mm-hmm. So that's 2 losses for the Rangers.
2 losses.
That would be it. Went 6 games. They lost the game Scherzer starts. Maybe they're smart and they have Scherzer start. They're like, okay, Gallen's starting tonight. Put Scherzer out there because Max Scherzer is an incredible pitcher until it becomes fall weather. I mean, it just seems to struggle.
Yeah.
There's a reason Strasburg won that World Series MVP in 2019 and not Scherzer.
That's very, very true. I think it just comes down to depth. I mean, bullpens have both been basically locked down for both teams, and I think it's just gonna come down to bullpens. It's gonna come down to who's 2, 3, 4 guys are just gonna be better, and I just think the Rangers just have that a little bit. Despite the fact that I think the D-backs bullpen is better, I think the Rangers are gonna come out with more firepower from their starting pitching to really lock it down.
Interesting. I think it's also interesting to point out the alternate World Series was last year's. They both beat the winners of their leagues last year.
That's very true.
I think no one really talked about the fact we had a 25% chance of having the exact same World Series again, which is rare. I guess we should go back to this list. When was the last time? Can you tell me the last time the exact same World Series matchup came?
I could not actually.
That's what
it's been a while.
It's like, because you've had back-to-back champions, but back-to-back of the same matchup.
I mean, that's the beauty of this sport. There's not much. There's a lot of parity, so you don't get these many back-to-back matchups. Unlike, the NBA where we had a Cavs Warriors 4 times in a span of 4 years.
Yeah, we got a back-to-back to back-to-back.
Yeah.
Let's look.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like
way back.
Yeah, a little bit way back.
I'm thinking there's a chance here if these Yankees runs in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
Because, I don't see. I have yet to see one. Maybe I should just look up last time the World Series
was a rematch.
The Phillies and Astros
entered Sunday a win away from securing the first World Series rematch since 1977 and 1978.
So that was the Yankees versus the Dodgers, and 78 was Yankees versus Dodgers. And the Dodgers lost both of them 4-2. The Yankees had a different manager, which is really odd.
I mean,
Billy Martin and then Bob Lemon.
Interesting.
Tommy Lasorda for the Dodgers was there for both.
Yep.
The Dodgers were 4-11. In the post. That's interesting. Huh. I'm not even sure what this number is. What is this?
I can't tell you. I'm not going to lie. Could be runs.
Maybe? I'm not sure. That's interesting. All right. Well, last time that happened would have been the 70s. So that would have been pretty crazy if we got that. I am honestly happier with this matchup. What I really 100%. Wanted was Rangers, Phillies. That's just like the 2 most fun teams in each league facing off.
2 biggest sluggers for the Fall Classic. Yeah.
But, as the Rolling Stones once said, you can't always get what you want, but, sometimes you find out what you need. So,
yeah.
Maybe I just needed a Rangers World Series win.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't realize.
I think we need to see something like that. I mean, I think I remember my prediction from the like my World Series prediction from the divisional round, and I mean, at least I got the AL right, so I'm happy with that. The NL, we don't talk about that. I kind of was a little bit too high on the Braves, and
I think all of us were naturally high on that team.
we should. I think we had every right to be. I mean, they proved a lot during the regular season.
I think this just goes to show anymore with baseball. The baseball's kind of becoming like the NBA, where really seeding doesn't matter.
No, God no, I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, so it's interesting though, because I do think there's something to be said where the regular season is slightly devalued.
To a point, but I mean, there's 162 games. You're not going to treat every single one the same.
That's true.
So I feel like the devaluation of like the regular season, it was bound to happen. But at the same time, if you clinch the playoffs early, then that's so much more time for you to rest your pitchers, bring up the minor leaguers. September call-ups are huge. Bring up the minor leaguers, rest the pitchers' arms,
I guess my thing is, it seems to me like the teams that don't immediately clinch and are, fighting in September seem to go farther. Because that's how it was for the D-backs and the Rangers.
That's true, but also...
I mean, these are two teams that didn't win their division.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more coincidence rather than correlation, in my opinion. I mean,
so you're saying we got to see this again and again for me to have a point?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be watching then.
Because last year, I mean, Phillies just got hot. I mean, that's hot batch. There's nothing you can really do about that. That's not rest. That's just the Phillies coming out hot.
I can't believe that team lost. I still it just felt like they had all the momentum.
I can't believe they lost. Like I can't believe they lost, but they got no hit in a World Series game. I can't believe that. In Philly.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
I did not expect that.
No, they just fell flat in the World Series. You kind of expected them to have a big redemption arc this year, but D-backs kind of silenced that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting. And the nice thing is, really, the Rangers, went out of their way to... Their owner just woke up one day and said, I want to start playing winning baseball. Just started spending money 2 years ago. Built a super nice ballpark. Completely redid the organization. And now it seems to be paying off. The World Series is going to be one of the nicest ballparks.
That's very true.
So Arlington's going to be rocking.
Oh, I hope so.
Hopefully, Texas Rangers can become everybody in Texas' favorite team, so no one has to like the Stros.
I don't think anybody likes the Stros anyway. I especially don't.
Well, I mean, the people in Texas, that is.
Well, that's true, yeah.
As George Strait once said, all his exes live in Texas, and apparently... really, the only thing I ever liked that came out of Houston was Cody Johnson.
Or Travis Scott.
He is from Houston, yeah. I do listen to more Cody Johnson than Travis Scott.
Well, fair enough.
I'm sure for you it's the reverse. So,
yeah, respectfully.
I always like Goosebumps.
Goosebumps is a good song.
I mean, that song aged well. I mean, that still hits, even though it was played a lot. It's one of those that, it's you hear it and you're like, oh, it's a classic.
Yeah, no. I mean, the city of Houston doesn't like Travis Scott anyways, so maybe he'll become a Rangers fan, but... Yeah.
He just pull the Coach Prime where Florida State wouldn't hire him, so now he's like, he just despises them, even though it's his alumni.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. He's what he always says, it's personal.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to wrap up? Is that all thoughts?
I think I got all
right. So we both got Rangers in 7.
Yeah.
All right. It'll be exciting. We'll be watching it. All right.
Sir.
Thank you. I will see you all tomorrow for the NFL podcast.